Okay, today we are going to draw the template for our color wheel project. So what you will need, this will be the final product, what you will need is an 11 by 15 inch piece of watercolor paper, a ruler, a pencil, a compass, and an eraser. So make sure you get all of those supplies before you start. Okay, make sure your pencil is sharp, and then you are ready to start. So the first thing that I'm going to do is draw a square, perfect square. So I know that my paper is 11 by 15 inches. My paper is 11 by 15 inches, so I want to draw an 11-inch square. So I'm going to line my ruler up with the edge of the paper and make a little dash at the 11-inch mark. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing at the top of the paper, because keep in mind you can't draw a straight line unless you have two marks to work from. Okay. And then I'm going to draw that straight line. Don't press too hard with your pencil. A light line is fine. Okay. Now I'm going to find the center of my square. The easiest way to do that is to draw a diagonal line from each set of corners. So there's one diagonal line, and then the second. And where those lines intersect is the dead center of your square. Okay? So I'll make that a little bit darker so you guys can see that. Alright, so now your paper is ready. So we are going to draw a circle. I'm going to use my compass. Before I start, I'm going to make sure that it is about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to line up my compass, the edge of the pencil, the edge of the point with my ruler, and make sure it's at 4.5. Okay, and it is. So the compass has the pointy side and then the graphite side. Obviously you're drawing with the graphite side, so you put the point in the center right where those lines intersect. Then you are going to draw your circle. Take your time. You don't want the compass to move. You want it to stay right in the center of that paper so that you get that perfect circle. And there you go. A 9-inch circle, because we used our compass set at 4.5, so 4.5 radius gives us a 9-inch diameter circle. Okay? Now I am going to close my compass and make it 1 inch. Okay. Now it's very important that once you get to this step, you don't switch compasses with anyone. You don't change the compass at all. So you don't want to change the width here. You want to keep everything the same. So once you get to this point, don't touch any of this, okay? And make sure you hold on to this compass for the next couple of steps, okay? So the first part is you are going to again put the point of the compass in the center of your paper, holding your compass up nice and straight. Oops. You are going to draw a 2-inch diameter circle because we have a 1-inch radius right here. Okay, so there's that. Now I need to get this shape divided into 12 equal segments. So what I'm going to do is start at this intersection point here. I'm going to put the point of my compass at that intersection point. I'm going to use my compass to draw a small little line on my small circle. So again, holding it perfectly straight. Okay, so there's a little line. That's going to become an intersection point. Okay, so now I'm going to move over with my compass, put the point at that intersection, the point of the compass at that intersection, and then draw another little line. Okay, So that's another intersection point. Now I'm going to do it again. Notice this one intersects the circle where there already is an intersection of that diagonal line. Okay, so that means you're on the right track. It's working. Okay, so again, put the point of the compass, that intersection point, draw a small little line, put the point of the compass at that intersection, and draw a small little line, and then just to double check, putting the point of the compass at that intersection should line up with your first intersection, and it does. It's a hair off, but that's okay. It works. Okay, so now you're going to use your ruler. There goes the bell. Now you're going to use your ruler to connect those dots to create the slices of your pie. Okay, so you're going to line up your ruler with the intersecting points, making sure that the line perfectly crosses over the center point. Now you only need to draw a line from the outside rim of your circle to the beginning of your small circle on the inside. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. So I only drew the line from here to here and then from here to here. Okay, I don't need to worry about the inside. And then I have 2 more points to connect through the center. So those will go here. Okay, now you have 8 sections. I'm actually going to make these a little bit darker, these lines a little bit darker, so you can see them a bit easier. Okay, and now our sections are not quite even, so we want 12 equal segments to the circle. Okay, now the easiest way to do that is with the compass again. Okay, so taking my compass, I haven't adjusted anything on it. It is exactly the same as when I drew this circle and then the different lines to break up the circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the point of the compass, line it up to where this line intersects with my smaller circle inside, and I'm going to draw a little arch right here, little curve. Okay, so there's a curve. Okay, then I'm going to go to the other side of that segment, line the point up with the intersection, and another arch. Okay, so now this point, this point here tells me that that's where my line is going to be. So if I draw a straight line that connects this dot with this dot, I will split this big segment and this big segment up in half exactly. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to divide this one. So I'm going to place the point of my compass where the dividing line intersects my small circle, draw that little curve, and then do the same thing. So you're basically making a little curvy X. X marks the spot, right? So I'll draw a little dot there so you guys can see that. So now I'm going to take my ruler and connect that dot I made through my center point. And again, just drawing from the outside circle to the small circle and then down. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, and there you have it. That is a perfect 9-inch circle made by adjusting my compass to 4.5 inches. And then I made a 1-inch circle for the center, and then used those same compass measurements to divide my circle equally into 12 segments. When you are all done with that, you can go ahead and erase any of the extra marks that you made because you don't need those anymore. And you will especially want to erase this line here because we won't need that for the next section of our project. Okay, so that is how to draw the perfect circle for the color wheel. And you can use the same technique if you want to create color wheel in your sketchbook, you would just need to make your measurements slightly smaller. The trick is that whatever you do for the center, all of those lines, all of the curves that you draw with that compass are the same measurement. So you could do this if your compass was at 1/2 inch. You could do it if your compass was at 2 inches. It doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that whatever you do in the center, you use the same measurements to create the segments of your color wheel. Okay, so that is that.